worked like a mule mining Pike County coal. He fucked up his back and couldn't work anymore. He said, one of these days you'll get out of these hills. Keep your nose on the grindstone and out of the pills. See, the ways of this world will just bring you to tears. Keep the Lord in your heart and you'll have nothing to fear. Live the best that you can and don't lie and don't steal. Keep your nose on the grindstone and out of the pills. Well, Daddy, I've been trying, I just can't catch a break. There's too much in this world that I can't seem to shake. But I remember your words, Lord, they bring me to chills. Keep your nose on the grindstone and out of the pills. Keep in mind that a man's just as good as his word. It takes twice as long to build bridges you've burnt. And there's hurt you can cause, time alone cannot heal. Keep your nose on the grindstone and out of the pills. Well, Daddy, I've been trying, I just can't catch a break. There's too much in this world I can't seem to shake. But I remember your words, Lord, they bring me to chills. Keep your nose on the grindstone and out of the pills. Keep your nose on the grindstone.
What is going on? What's going on? Welcome back to another live stream here. If you're new, my name is Zach, and this is Real Deal Futures. I will be trading ES live straight from TopstepX. This is a 50K combine. TopStep is my preferred prop firm of choice. Excited to be on TopStep TV next week, Tuesday, August 13th at 12 p.m. I am going to jump right into something here, guys. I don't want to say that, but I'm looking at jumping right into something here. We have liquidity. We are pushing up. We finally broke out of this choppy consolidation. I'm looking at a run towards yesterday's high, or potentially just up to this level before a pullback. Would have loved a little bit cleaner of a break and retest. We did get something here, but I would really like to hop right into a long before talking about my pretty red, ugly morning session. Just measuring this out. Yeah, I think we're going to push right into this, guys. Again, I'm using Bookmap, following market structure and price action for the day. I know I want to be long. We're above low of day VWAP. We broke above this high of day VWAP way down here. Entry down here would have been much better, or even the break and retest down here. I still want to hop in towards this level. Just waiting to see if anything changes as we start to approach. Again, trying to find a quick spot to structure my risk on this one. I know I didn't give you much of an intro here, but I am looking at a trade setup as soon as I sat down on the chart. I was trying to get ready quickly. This was pushing as I was getting ready for the live. Yeah, here's what I'm going to do, guys. Filled. I'm going to try it from up here with just a small amount of risk. If I have to take the stop, I will take the stop. Again, I'm targeting a level of liquidity here on Bookmap and I would like to hold through it towards prior day high. Coming off of the daily candle, I'm not giving much room for a pullback at all. This would need to really continue right through here and not come back down and check these candles out. Let's see, is there a better place on the 5? Yeah, I'm below prior bar on the 5 minute, or current bar on the 5 minute really. So I will let this be the first one. Again, I'm going to run this very, very small amount of risk to get started here. Again, I'm jumping in as price is pushing up, really not waiting for a pullback. Maybe it comes and stops me real quick, but I was looking at this moving directly to this level on Bookmap. We come all the way back down here. I would like to get long again, which is why I'm going with such a reduced amount of risk on this. Again, pretty aggressive trade if you're following along, but didn't want to miss any more of the move. It looks like I'm buying the high. We'll see how this first one plays. We'll get stopped out. We'll start it with an L, and then we'll have the comeback. It'll be great. Yeah, I will show you guys Bookmap in a moment, but we've got liquidity at 53.50. We have pushed up through pretty much everything else that has came on the book. Yeah, it looks like we're going to get stopped here.
Order filled.
Yep, all good. First one under the belt. Let's show you guys what I'm looking at here. And why I jumped in so quickly there. We're pushing up. This liquidity did come off that was sitting above price, but didn't really matter. Price just continued pushing into it, pushing past it rather. We had liquidity come on the board here, pushed up through that. Here is what I'm looking at, right over here, 53.50. And it looks like I just didn't have a wide enough stop on that, very, very tight stop on that. Not going to jump right back in, but we'll see if we push up towards it. I'm going to take it again, guys. Again, I played that one a little bit different than what you've seen with a very, very wide stop and a scale in plan. This one is I'm buying price to move directly to that area. We're going to come down at all. Again, really not a whole lot of room to move lower. I would try this one again if we came back up and started to break above those highs, going right in towards that 53.50 level. At least for right now, that's my play. Again, a much nicer entry for me would have been this candle right here, or even this candle right here. That would have been much nicer, breaking out of this area that's kind of consolidated here. Still remaining really bullish. I think, you know, if this is the move for the afternoon, we're going to continue higher. I want to be in on it. Not going to jump in from down here. I'll risk buying the top again if I have to, with a stop loss just below this low. Same play. And I'd go with even more risk now that we have a little bit of a pullback and then a continuation. Yeah, that will be my plan. Let's see what we'll be looking at here. Yeah, I'm going to size this one even heavier. Not that that $135 risk was a lot. And even one mini, which would be 10 micros that I'm trading here, still wouldn't be a whole lot of risk if we pop back up there. Then we'll do a little bit more of the morning and kind of where we're at for the session once I get a chance to see if I'm going to get another setup here. Again, even more liquidity than what I just showed you on the board, bright red on Bookmap. Does it have to move there? No, it certainly doesn't. We've got a huge stack of liquidity down below price at 52.15, actually more than anything else at 52.15. Price didn't get pulled there all day. So, but looks like we're going to get a little bit of a pullback here. Maybe. Maybe down towards the top of this area, down towards this zone before continuation. Maybe not, though. I'm really looking at this as price wants to continue higher on this one. Again, I'm not going to, that was my shot to do that right here. I'm not going to buy again down here with a stop loss right here or all the way down here. I would take it with the momentum, really taking another breakout trade. This was more of a continuation of moving up. But this one would be another breakout just to the upside, stop loss below whatever structure is here, targeting that level on Bookmap to hold through it and really wait for a pop up towards prior day high. That has been playing out today. Let's see what we get here on ES. And guys, I'm staring at the chart right now. Welcome in. What's up, everybody in the chat? I will say hi to you in just a moment. See if we can get another trade in here, or I feel that my setup is going to continue. Let's see. We break down lower. I'm going to ease off staring at the chart. But we might not get that. I think we're going to continue here. Ready for the buy, re-entry, same type of a deal here, targeting this level on Bookmap, trading with price action and market structure, trend for the day, trend here on the 1 minute, not giving much room for a pullback. Maybe I get caught buying the highs again, but I'm going to do it with, again, pretty low risk. I'm going to give myself enough room for 3 losses on this one today. That's my game plan, if I have to take them. Just patiently waiting for price action to give me some indication that we want to move higher. Kind of are chopping around a little bit here on the 1 minute. Long way to the downside. That's kind of nice and bullish looking on the 5 minute. See that again? Yeah, that doesn't look bad. Long with a stop below here. Give this one another shot. Again, we might need to pull back down here, but we might not come up here at all, you know, I'll be frank with you. But that's my trading idea so far. Fix my VWAP line. Again, guys, watching Bookmap, liquidity above price. I feel we got a good chance to move towards that. Whether it happens right now, later, at all, that's all up to the market. If we do move towards it, I'm looking to hold through it. I think it could fuel a nice pop to the upside. Can secure some profits on this one and maybe hold towards prior day high. Just don't want to get caught on one of these. If I wait too long, I'm going to miss it. Let's see if we try it now. I don't love this no wick to the downside on this 1 minute candle, but I'm getting ready to try it again, guys. I know I'm kind of repeating myself here. Just trying to be as patient as I can without completely missing the trade. Again, not a whole lot of room here. We're only talking a couple points towards this, so don't have a ton of room to buy the breakout. Up to this point, again, I'll be planning on holding through this, maybe taking a couple off as we pop above and going stop loss to break even if it moved in that direction, but this is kind of choppy for right now. Again, I like the risk structure all the way up towards here. 250 bucks maybe of risk, somewhere around there. Yeah, again, still waiting. Might miss this one. Just don't want to get caught on the wrong side of the sell-off if it starts to happen quick. That's some momentum and some volume.
Order
I'm
filled.
gonna try it from up here, guys, and see if we can get a push up. Again, if I wanted to buy it in the middle of that consolidation, I would have just waited till we're down here, went with a pretty nice entry and then, held for the break up. I was waiting for this to start to push, not for a candle closure, but just to start to push up above these highs, above this little area consolidation, come right up towards this high and take the entry there. Again, pretty tight stop loss. I'm going to go just right below these lows, and I'll see if this thing plays nice with me. Again, playing this pretty tight on the 1 minute. This could need to wick down more. It could need to pull all the way back down here first. I'm not giving it room for that. I'm jumping right in. I was hesitating early this morning. Missed a whole lot of this initial run up. Tried to get long over here. Was already late on it and played it too tight. Stop outs. Just a red morning. I'll go through and do a nice trade report with you guys, like I always do in Discord. Share it on social media, but not a wonderful morning for me. Gentlemen, I'm working with one-on-one, crushed it, cleaned up today. Just kind of choppy price action once we got up here as well. I don't even like waiting through this much hesitation. I'll be honest with you. I want to see this break right above. And the longer we wait and hesitate, the more I lose confidence. Don't know about this one. I think if we get the pop, I can explain the reasons for the trade. Following price action for the day and market structure, we're trending up above all levels, above low of day VWAP, above this high of day VWAP, right at this zone, broke above that with some force. Didn't really pull back, just continued higher. Started to chop around here a little bit after this pullback and looked like we were going to try to push higher up to this area of liquidity on Bookmap, which I would be holding through. I've been watching these levels just get price come up, orders fill, and then continue in the direction. I think if we get that, we're close to prior day high. We can get a run up there pretty quickly. I really don't love this consolidation and chop now that I'm stuck in towards the high of this zone. This was the buy up here for a continued push up, but I don't know if we're gonna get it. Probably not gonna be able to manage this trade. If it comes down and needs to stop me at these lows, so be it. I'm gonna tighten up just a little bit and keep 350 on the line. Yeah, this doesn't look fantastic. Again, I want to let the, give the trade room to breathe, right? You can read price action to the best of your abilities, but, we are here on the 1 minute chart. If I'm using every single 1 minute candle to make a determination of what I'm going to do next, I'd be shaken out of a lot of trades. I'd get into a whole lot of trades that I probably don't want to be in. If we fail here again, this third time with this 1 minute candle and looking at the 5 minute candles, I think I'm going to be taken out pretty quickly. We push up. Now is its chance to make the run at this level. But we'll let it play out, right, guys? We'll let the market do what it's going to do. Again, sorry, chat and everybody in here that I haven't really been speaking to you. I'm trying to just stay focused up on this one. Maybe not have a fat finger mistake like you saw me do yesterday and click the sell button when I wanted to click the buy button. I added instead of taking some profits yesterday. That was pretty ridiculous to watch happen live. But a good demonstration of what can happen if you're, not paying attention or you're staring at Bookmap a little bit too much. Can we see some follow through on this one, man? Can we see some follow through on this? Yeah, man, I'm not loving this price action. Not enough to get me out of the trade, but this is just not the follow through that I like to see. Again, liquidity is still there. It was not starting to get pulled from the book as we moved up to it. It's not an insanely massive level, but it's definitely something that if we could come up to, I want to be long through. This might not play nice with me. Might need to pull off these highs. Giving the trade room to breathe, trying not to get shaken out. Looking at taking like half off, halfway to the stop loss, cutting a loser potentially a little bit short. Indecision, choppy candles on the 5 minute. Not getting the push that I like.
Order filled.
I'll cut my risk in half there, guys. It's going to lock up a little bit more of a loss. But cutting the size in half, just way too much hesitation. Here was its chance to pop. Now we're going on, 20 some odd minutes. It might happen right here, but that was its chance to move higher. This was its chance to move higher. This was the entry on the move up. Sized up a little bit from the first one. This is back to very light risk, but I'm not confident in the continuation the way I was on the front end with this one. But we'll see. Not shaking out enough to completely close it out. I'll leave $175 on the line, see if we can run up, hold through some liquidity. I'd even consider adding as we started to break above these highs, adding back in. But that's my reading of price action on this one. Just too much chop, too much back and forth. Indecision on the wick up candle. Still ability to just, whip to the upside. Price doesn't have to move right away. But this is just too slow moving for me. So, interesting way to manage risk. You can cut your trade position in half. Same way you can scale in, you can scale out. In drawdown, if you like. You say, hey, you know what? More data is printed. I don't really want this amount of risk. I want to cut this risk in half. If I have to lock up, $50, whatever that was of loss, I will do so. But while we're hanging out watching this painfully long trade play out, second trade, first one small L, now just secured $50 of loss on this one, cutting the trade in half. We'll see if we can continue up towards this level of liquidity on Bookmap. But let's see what we got. Cameron, what's up? I don't know how to say your name. Second comment, what's up? Amy Dragonfly, what's up? What's going on, brother? Malik, what's happening? High of week target, yeah. Liquidity on Bookmap and then holding towards prior day high over to these levels. We're towards the end of the day here. If we're going to keep moving up, now's its chance to do so. We really consolidated here for a while on the 5 minute and the 1 minute, so maybe we pop up to that, but I was really looking to buy into this momentum coming up out of this zone, and it's kind of dried up right now. Stay here on the 1 minute chart. Made a confident trade today. Held through a lot of BS past my combine. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Chris, what is going on? If price breaks below NY and low of day VWAP, but still opening range high, would you consider shorts? Probably. If we came all the way back down and we got some structure to the downside, we broke all the way down below this low of day VWAP, but down below these lows, but we still didn't come into 15-minute opening range, yeah, I would probably be looking short at that point. Yep. Welcome. Yeah, what do we say? Let's go, big boy. Jose, what's up? ICT once said that, I don't even know if I'm going to read the rest of that comment. ICT has said a lot. I think anything down here to 53.30 is good to buy. Yep, these are a little bit older now that I'm reading. Yeah, this doesn't look like it, guys. Yeah, again, my stop is as tight as I want it with $175. If it wants to come down and stop me out for $175, that's fine. I'm going to let that roll. I'll pay attention when we start to crack back up. Let's see. Seems like no pullback for now. Good morning. Away we go. I used to think Bookmap YouTube channel, it's a bit delayed. Cool, man. Cool. Malik did well. Asian market entry. Nice. What's up, chat? How is everybody doing? So are you long or short? I don't know when you commented that, Sam K, but I am long right now. I'm long in drawdown. This is my entry. This is my stop loss. I do not have a take profit, manual take profit. I do not have a fixed take profit, excuse me. I'm going to run this with a manual close. Amy, it's looking good. Thank you for the vote of confidence. We'll see. It's all good, man. We'll see. We will see. Like I said, with all my stuff, you'll come on, you'll see the wins, the losses. If you stick around long enough, you'll see the win streaks, you'll see the losing streaks. That's part of real trading, right? It's about coming out on top in the long run. Boom push is coming after 2. Here we come. Here we come right into 2 o'clock, man. 20 seconds. Let's see. Mark, keep trading and explaining. Better than small talk. Yeah. Gotcha. Thank you. Christopher, you bet. Yes. Where are we seeing that? Over here. I think you're talking about this. Or this right here. If it's regular positive number, yeah. Good explanation, Christopher. Hope you guys all having a good day. Relaxing Zen, Hydro Farmer, what's up? We got some guys with the crazy names from Discord. Yeah, man. Tough morning for me, but whether that's a good day or a bad day, you know, it's I mean, I still had a good day outside of having a red day. But yeah, red day today, man. Part of it, just jumped in too late. Watched the market slowly crawl up, was waiting for a pullback, missed some stuff, you know, on the way up, or just didn't have the setup, right? When I did have the setup, I was near the top. And I've talked about that before. Sometimes when ES just pops up and is going to slow grind, you got to make a decision to either just sit back and sit on your hands or jump in, structure your risk to the best of your abilities and, you know, just let it go. If you wait for it to pull back or consolidation or slow down, sometimes you're buying as price is coming off. Might be what is happening right now. Might be buying the high of the day. That's okay. That's usually what happens. That's usually where I take my losses, right? I'm playing trend, momentum in the direction, utilizing volume tools, order flow to trade with that. And I get caught on the wrong side of it when the move's over or when we just start to chop and I'm trying it to the upside and the downside. I've noticed in these situations, sometimes liquidity sweeps of stops. Correct. That is true. What's up, Lorenzo? What made me go long here? This is a re-entry. I'd count this as a re-entry on a first long with very, very little risk that failed. If I zoom out, first reasoning, we are pushing up today. Pushed up on news, pushed up in pre-market, pushed up all the way through the session, right? Very bullish price action. A lot of choppy consolidation here, but we cracked above this high, right? With some force. Not only did we crack above and then fail, we really broke and retested very quickly and then continued pushing up. When we got here, we pulled off just a little bit. I got long very quickly as we were continuing up. Unfortunately, right as it started to consolidate, I re-entered long on this pushback up towards the top of this area because we have a level of liquidity on Bookmap over here at 53.50 and prior day high that we're approaching. Just looking for that move up, man. Think it's going to go up. That is the reasoning. If I show you guys Bookmap, oh, not what I wanted to do. This is my favorite crazy color order flow tool. Here is liquidity that came on the book right at this level, 53.50. We're very close to it. I think we might move up towards it. We haven't done that yet. Do we have to? No. Does it always move to these levels? No. Can we turn around and stop Zach out and just start a trend down for the day? Absolutely. That's all fair game. What I do see is when we're this close, a lot of times we are drawn towards it. And what I've been seeing on a day like today where we're continuing these pushes up, price is being fueled by this liquidity. It's popping up after and continuing. I like the risk structure on this one to say I want to get long before that area. If we pop up into it, one, I think we'll move towards it. Oh, we got close on that. I think we'll move towards it, and I can hold through it. Maybe I get stop loss to break even at that point. Maybe I don't. Maybe I add. We'll just have to see, you know, how this continues to play. I would have liked to remain long on 10. See, this is a trade management piece, guys, right? I cut this trade in half. I was long 10 micros, cut it in half as we started to come down. Just didn't want to have the risk on after we consolidated this much. This would have been double the size coming into this zone right here. Let's see. Let's see if we get up there. Let's see what happens when we get up there. I don't really have much to scale out of now. That's the problem with going this light. Any meaningful amount is going to be tough to start to scale out of. So I'm probably going to look to hold this for a higher high and a continuation through this level on Bookmap. Let's see what we get. We're right there looking at Bookmap. We're coming into it. Do we see volume yet? Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Just sitting there. There we go. Big volume traded. There's the pop up through. See, tough situation here, guys. I'm not going to scale out of like 3 micros. I'm going to be holding this one for a higher high. Again, original thesis that we push up. Maybe we chop around a little bit, but we continue moving up. This fuels the move upward. We come back down. I'll look to manage. That's my game plan here. I'd like to see a move continue to the upside. This can easily be used as resistance here. Price might find resistance and not want to continue this move and need to come down lower. And if that's the case, maybe I stop myself out near break even if I give myself a chance to do that. Maybe I hold it all the way back down to a stop loss. I'd like to allow room here. This is the hard decision, right? When I pull these moves and I leave my stop loss and just hold, if it comes back down, everybody says you should have taken profit, move stop loss to break even, never let a winner turn into a loser. I think that's on the board, right? Like we got some pretty big price action. I don't know that I want to hold through that. It's a tough one. This is the top of the zone. You know what I'm saying? If I'm marking a zone here, this is the top. So again, winning trade, it played out right. Unfortunately, was too tight on the first one. Unfortunately, scaled out a half on the way down. Only took $50 in loss on doing that and cut the risk in half. But I'm going to wait to see if we start to continue here. Yeah, this is a tough call, guys. This is a tough call. This is a tough call. I'm tempted to go stop loss to break even, but I'm fairly certain that it will stop me. Yeah, I'm gonna let this one go, man. We're gonna get back in the money, or we're gonna be I'm gonna be red 375 on the session. That's where I'm at with this one. I'm not gonna choke this up. I did on the first one. I scaled out halfway down here. I'm gonna let this reduced risk run towards prior day high. Try to capture more of the move towards this afternoon. If that doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. We'll see. But original trade idea still valid. We did push up, broke above here. We got some volume coming into this area. Not exactly the follow through that I want to see. I keep jumping over to Bookmap to see if more liquidity is coming on the book. We got some more near prior day high. Yeah, we're going to run this one as is, guys. That's the game plan. Maybe I scaled in much heavier on a different day, and I was confident with a really tight stop loss to start, and I was just targeting past this area. Safer play, not holding for a continuation through, but that's what I'm holding for here, right? Longer move, push to the upside. I'm just going to let it work itself out. If it wants to come all the way back down, that's fine. It'll stop me. As new data prints, maybe we chop around up here. We kind of do this. Maybe I say, you know what? That's enough for me. I'm going to cut it. I like to actively manage my trades. I have the confidence and what I feel is the experience to do so. Certainly harder on the psychology, on the mindset side of things, but if you can apply that intuition and discretion in a fairly consistent way, I think it can benefit you. I think it's part of the edge that most professional traders utilize. Here we go. New push was coming after 2. Slow grind up day. Love hearing your thought process. Yes, Malik and Will and Amy and Malik again and Mark. It will pull back to retest, then continue up slowly. So annoying. Yeah, maybe. Easier to take profit than call the top. Yeah, I agree there. It's safe to hold. Very bullish 4 hour. Yeah, it's definitely difficult. I'm not trying to call a top here, Mark. I would certainly say like I'm not the top caller. Just a continuation towards prior day high is kind of what I'm looking at here. I'd look to take profit right now before prior day high if we continued up that way. I see more liquidity coming on the book at 360. Not a whole lot, but just some stuff starting to poke its head up here. My thought process on this trade specifically, I'm scaling up on a lot of these combines. I want to pass or fail them fairly quickly. I started out very light on that first one because I did run a really tight stop loss, and it was based on that move continuing right off the bat. Took $150 of loss on that. This one I was losing confidence in as we started to do this, just chop back around. I think it's just as likely to come and wick down before it moves up once you get this type of a move. Took half off, so now I'm in with $175 of risk on the 50K, where, on the morning session or maybe even here on the afternoon, sometimes I'm upwards of $500-$600 risk per trade. So relative to that whole risk management plan, I'm in light right now. And that's going to give me a little bit more confidence to say, you know what, I want to see this thing run, or it's going to come back down to stop me at my reduced risk. Managing the trade the same way, right? Applying my discernment of price action and, to the best of my abilities to, maximize profit on this specific trade, whether it's light or not. If I was in a whole lot heavier, would I want to leave on, $600 of risk all the way down to this point? No, I'd probably I'd be being more defensive, maybe taking half off right here, likely taking half off right here and going stop loss to break even. That's just a different day on this one. If I had the original 10 on, probably would have taken 5 off here, right above this level. Actually, right below it, if I was going to hold into it and just try to take profit at or around this level. I don't like to hold right all the way into it, and then have 5 on. Maybe stop loss to break even at that point. Maybe not. But that's not the trade I'm in. Wait to see if we get a break and retest here. Looking at bookmap, excuse me. Yeah, that algorithmic crap makes it kind of hard to read, but there is liquidity below this high, like up here. Right around this 52 level. Well, let's see how it plays. We'll hang out. We'll watch. Cool. Thanks for the explanation. It would be awesome if you could do a trading session with Austin and ASFX team at Power Hour. Yeah, maybe one day, man. Talked about something like that towards the end of that podcast. But yeah, he's an awesome guy. Would love to do more stuff with him. I'm going to be facing off with one of his guys for the trading battle. Trading live, so that'll be fun. And I will be on TopStep TV myself next Tuesday. Tuesday, August 13th, or this coming Tuesday, I guess. Yeah, August 13th, 12 p.m. for power players, middle of the day. Not a great time to trade, but I'll be on there probably with a Combine or XFA loaded up. We'll see if we can get a trade in with the boys. But yeah, man, Austin's awesome. If you guys don't know, I was recently on the day trading show with Austin Silver from ASFX, Top Step Trader, big team of guys that do coaching, live trading. He has a great platform where he brings traders like myself on, talks about their story, their come up, kind of where they are now, their plans, all of their their ideologies and thoughts and opinions on trading. And it's a cool platform. Even if you don't watch my episode, I'd encourage you to go watch somebody else's, man. It's pretty sweet. And if you're interested in me and you're here watching this now, it's a great story, a little bit more insights into my life, some stuff that has translated well to trading, and just a lot of my thoughts and opinions on things. Stuff that I wish I would have known earlier on, and really detailed all over the place with trading, technicals, a lot of psychology and mindset stuff. But it was a fun one, really fun to record. Tim, big size did come in at, okay, what's up, Tim? What are we looking at? 53.50 on the indexes. That might be one thing to look into for addition at prior day high. We got more coming on the book? Yeah. See, I see the liquidity that we're coming into right now. That's what I started to say. We had, oh, look at that. Can we follow through after this, though? Now we really need to follow through. Like, we come all the way back down, I'm going to really lose faith in it. That was the pop. That was the liquidity that was sitting there, kind of overlapping. I'll show you guys why that gets to be a little bit hard to read. Kind of getting overlapped by this like algorithmic back and forth liquidity crap that we see. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Can we push towards prior day high? Again, that's the target, just using structure. Don't need to top ticket. We'll be looking for something like this. I don't want to set a manual stop up, take profit up here because I want to close out as I see fit if we continue up this way. At this point, I'm going to go risk-free. I wouldn't want to let that come all the way back down here. We do that, I think we're much more likely to continue lower. Do I love having my stop right at these highs in between this area? No. But again, I think if we start to come off that hard, we drop another 8 to 10 points off the high, less confidence in the trade. I'm still holding this thing. Again, had an option to take profit multiple times. I'm holding for the larger win on this one. Had I been in at twice the size, maybe I'm scaling out, taking 150 off. This would bring me back to break even on the session with $200 in profit, but I'm going to hold, guys. Again, I think it's likely that we come up near prior day high. If I look on... Ooh, we got some 15-minute wicks up here. I don't love that for me. I don't love that, guys. Zooming out to a higher time frame sometimes can help give you a little bit more perspective. We did have this area tested a couple times. Looks like this was a gap. So here's the question I asked myself. Do I scale out of like 2 contracts and secure $50? Or do I just let the 5 micros run? And I think the answer for me right now on this one, guys, is to let the 5 micros run. Just catching this slow grind to the upside. I'm in long. We come all the way back down here. So be it. I'm out. Like, everything still looks good to me on this. That was an initial pullback. We come down lower below that. I don't have too much room. Again, could cap it here for $180 and just make it break even, but that's not the goal. That's not what moves the needle forward. It feels good, but unfortunately not what moves the needle forward. But we're in a wiener, as they say. Ran right through 53, 52. Nice hold. Yes. Disciplined trader. Yes. Really liked your interview on ASFX TV. How long have you been streaming? Only since February of this year, man. February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Yeah, coming into the 6 months. 6 months, live streaming content. I do trade full time, so I dedicate a lot of time to creating content. I put a lot of effort into the community on Discord, into what I do here live. The videos that I make, the short form stuff. try to make it valuable for you guys. Again, in the trade, somewhat focused up, trying to make this run towards prior day high. Waiting to see on Bookmap if we have, we have more showing up at 360, man. This is the target, I'd like to survive any kind of pullback. I don't know that I will, but this is the target up here. Not a whole lot at that level, but definitely some liquidity. We're running up towards it. I think we go and check that level out, and I'd really like to hold towards that. If anything, maybe a couple off here and the rest held toward that level. Let's see what happens here at the high. A little bit of hesitation on this candle. Yeah, we're holding on this one, guys. It's risk-free, so, we're going to hold on this one. Again, I'm going to try not to trade my P&L and, look at clearing out a loss back to break even because, again, that doesn't really move the needle forward and it's not trading the chart. Maybe this is fine for, somebody else. This is good for you. You're in heavier and, you got 10 points, 9 points. Yeah, 9 to the high. Right now, you're like, 7.5. That's cool with me. Made money, and we're good to go. If so, all good, man. I'm going to hold this bad boy. Again, towards that level. We're coming into the final hours of the session. I think we're likely to run towards it. I am here zoomed in on the 1 minute. I can't survive too much of a pullback with where my stop loss is. This was some decent structure size-wise for the day. We get anything like that, I'm out at break even. But again, explained a little bit of the risk management, the thought process behind that, kind of where I'm at with some of these combines, and relatively light risk for what I've been taking on. Do you know if there's somewhat, let's go start from the bottom. I like the call to hold. I can't read that piece. 5, especially since your stop is already at break even. Yeah, man. Brandon, thank you for the vote of confidence. Again, man, it's discretionary trade management. So I'm not going to be right every day. I'm not going to be right, most of the time. I'll read it to the best of my abilities, try to capture some of that move, manage it as best I can. But again, what I've been talking about on here is we really sized down, right? Most guys sized down relative to the increased volatility. And not only did I size down on a lot of my trades, I took on less risk, like you're seeing me do right here. A lot of times I'm trading 1 to 2 minis and I'm, running that $500-600 worth of risk on this 50K or on a 50K, pushing it pretty hard. It doesn't give you a lot of ammunition, 2 losses, and I'm at a DLL. Again, like this morning, I'm near that DLL, not quite hit, but 3 or 4 trades just getting chopped up, and it doesn't play nice. That's it. But you accelerate your path to getting XFAs a lot quicker doing that. So it's just your risk management, whatever your own personal risk management approach is. I'm a little bit flexible with my stuff, somewhat dynamic. It is situational. So I think most guys would do better with a little bit more structure in that realm, clearer risk per trade, very, very clear personal daily loss limit, these types of things. But what's up, guys? If you're in here, welcome in. If you don't know me, my name's Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. We're trading live here, straight from a TopstepX combine, straight from a TopStep combine on the TopstepX platform, holding 5 micros long from down around here. 1 small loss right down here. Same re-entry on the long. Had some conviction. Wanted to get back in. It's fun when it works out. Everybody goes, oh, it's over trading, revenge trading. When it doesn't work out, so be it. Had on double the amount of risk, scaled out of half somewhere in drawdown just to knock $50 onto the resting P&L, and here we are with 5 left, headed towards prior day high. Watching Bookmap on the side to see if more liquidity comes on the board. I would really like it too. It's not. It's light up there. It's not very crazy. Want to see this push. Testing this high again. This doesn't look great, guys. That doesn't look great. Long wick, not really closing above the high. Long wick to the downside is okay, but I mean that's kind of bullish looking, but not as decisive as I would have liked. But we get a 5-minute open. We shall see. See what the market has for us today. Again, maybe you're in a similar trade. I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. It's certainly not a trading recommendation. You're responsible for all your own trades. I'm just an idiot on YouTube. Maybe you're like, hey, dude, 8 points, like 32 ticks in ES. I'm good. Like I'm trading 2 minis for some reason and a lot of volatility, and you're good to go. Take your profit. No problem. I'm in light, 5 micros, holding towards a steeper profit target. Starting to chop around here, which I really don't like. We did that here. We did pull back and kind of drift here, but I don't like this price action so much. Not enough that I'm going to close it. It's risk-free. We're going to hold. Again, not for much more past this high. Like somewhere up near prior day high. Really all I'm targeting. I think we could see a strong reaction somewhere around this area. That line in the sand is not definitive. Somewhere around that area, I think we could see a pretty gnarly reaction. Even if we're going to continue higher, maybe we break right through, but that would be enough for me. But this might have to come down and stop me. Stop me at break even. Yeah, man. 10-point stop. Still get insane candle movement. I feel you. What are the best hours to trade futures? I like New York Open. Oh, yeah, man. ES, come on. Not going to work with me. Yeah, this doesn't look great, guys. Again, taking small profits off at the top here, securing $50, not really moving the needle, closing out for break even just because I'm at $200. That's not good trading. Holding towards the level that I'm, planning for my take profit. That's pretty good trading. I don't love that my stop is right here, but break even below all these lows. We're coming off pretty hard. This may just continue lower.
Order filled.
There we go. Stop to break even. That's coming off pretty damn hard. Let's get rid of this level of Bookmap. Yeah, still got some room to work here with a small loss and then a break even. Less than half of like my max risk per trade where I like to stay around that 500. This looks pretty weak. I want to see what happens around these lows. Don't think I'm going to jump into any kind of scalp trade here to the downside. But that's definitely some movement, right? That's some big price action. 228. Yeah, we'll see, man. I'm going to give it a little bit more time. We'll see if we get anything else. Not a bad play, right? Continued. Started buying down here. Continued to the upside. Again, 8 points in profit, 9 points in profit, wherever the entry was, somewhere up here. Just not enough for me with the size that I was in. Scaled out as we were coming down to control risk. Ended up kind of light. Maybe on another day I stay in with those 10. I find a spot to add. Just not today. But we'll watch this price action. We'll see what happens. This feels like we're coming off pretty hard. Again, we did make it up towards this area. I would like to see it push right in. But we are up around this level of structure, right? we get some follow through to the downside. This could be the turn and rotation back in. I'm not one to short this high up. Unless we get some structure and I got a way to structure risk. That's kind of the move for me. But we'll chill out and we'll watch the markets. The liquidity. Again, so we were saying, what are the best hours to trade futures? I like the morning, man. NYSE open for 9:30 a.m. Eastern. That's prime time for me, and I think for most guys. It's pretty sweet. Yeah, I learned real quick to size down with the VIX being insane. I trade my Apex accounts overnight, and my 3-point stops aren't cutting it right now. Been using 3 micros instead compared to 1 mini. Yeah, man. Size down, widen up stops and targets. That's the way you adjust to volatility. It's important to be able to know how to do that as a trader. If you guys got questions, feel free to ask. But that's the topic of conversation right now. How to handle this volatility. And the thought process is you could trade relatively the same. You can trade your approach, whatever your strategy is calling for. The price action is just larger. The structure is larger. If you were using an ATR or something that measures volatility, you would see that firsthand. If you're like me and you like to be a little bit twitchy with the measurement tool, you can, what in the world? Yeah, you can be measuring, price action, candles, areas of consolidation, and you would see that on a normal day, maybe this is 2 points and not 6. Maybe these moves up initially breaking above are like 10 points, not 20. We just got more volatility. It was very apparent late last week into Monday. I think we've come off a little bit, just seems a little bit calmer. But how you would account for that is whatever stop loss size you're using, you probably need to widen up. If you want to use the same amount of risk per trade, you would need to size down. In futures, you are limited by having to trade one whole contract at a time. You can't trade partial contracts. So your option is to size down from 1 mini, if that's where you're at right now, to micros. Micros are 1/10 of the size of 1 mini. That's what you see me trading right here. You can have some more flexibility. You can still trade 10 micros or 20 micros, the equivalent of 1 or 2 minis. Just gives you more flexibility, especially if you're someone like me that does well scaling in and out of trades, specifically adding to winners. You usually don't see me do what I just did and kind of cut half of it off in drawdown, although it's a nice play. I do like to do that sometimes. But yeah, size down, widen up stops and targets. If you're operating with a fixed stop loss that was working a couple weeks ago, it's probably too tight. Just general math there. It's probably too tight. Volatility's increased, even if everything else was similar, which it's not. You would want a wider stop loss, and you would want to size down if you wanted to keep your risk the same. That's how that works. Important to know that and be able to start to recognize it. As a trader, you'll have to adjust to different market conditions. And again, you don't have to change your whole strategy, change your whole approach and the way that you're reading the market. The price action is just bigger. This could look exactly the same on a different day and be half the size, unless you're really focused up on the price axis here, which most people are not. Measuring it out will help. Using a position tool on TradingView or whatever your platform is to say, okay, I usually like to go short around here after we get a break and retest. Wait a minute, this is 11 points or 10 points. This isn't really that big, but maybe it's usually 5. Size down, widen up stops. That's the move. Do you stream the NY Open? Yes, only with my one-on-one clients. I put almost everything out for free. I'm here on YouTube, trading live, showing you my strategy, everything that goes into my trading, answering questions. I have a community, free community on Discord. Feel free to hop in the free community. I give you my charts just like this every morning with analysis, with all my levels, explaining what's on there and why. I give you questions answered. You can hop in there right now and ask me some trading questions. I'd be happy to answer maybe an hour or two after I get off this because I got a couple calls. Analysis every day, news, 8:30 a.m., I'm saying, hey guys, 8:30 a.m. today, we got red folder news for USD. Pay attention. We're likely to see an increase in volatility. Big surprise. Great community of traders. The only thing I charge for is my one-on-one programs. Not a preset course, not a bunch of videos, not a structured random thing that you can get for free here on YouTube or anywhere else. Working with me as a trade coach one-on-one and in a small group setting. I trade live 2 hours a day through Zoom with those guys, men and women. 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. about that time frame. Answering questions, working together. Outside of that, it's strategy development, risk management, journaling, mindset. 2 1-hour one-on-one sessions per week to do that. One-on-one, face-to-face through Zoom, asking you the hard questions, talking about the hard stuff, working through any issues with tilt, refining risk management, refining your trading plan, getting really organized in how you're going to approach this as a business. And, no guarantees there. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say or do is a recommendation to do anything. Make sure you read the full disclaimer. But I will give you everything that I know to be true for me and try to help you along your way as best I can in a non-financial advice way. So that is my one-on-one session, bro. If you're interested, Tim, or anybody else, you could book a free call. We could talk for free, 30 minutes. Book it quick. I'm not manufacturing demand. I spoke with people yesterday, 2 guys yesterday. I spoke with 2 people today. I'm speaking with 2 more after I get off the live. I'm looking at my calendar on the right-hand side. 3 more on Friday, and then another 3 that I got set for next week. I only will work with a limited amount. I can't physically work with that many people one-on-one. I'm working with 5 max at a time. That's my limit right now. When I get there, I'll reassess. I'll see what that looks like. Maybe we'll increase. Probably not. With demand, I will also have to filter people by price. Cost will go up eventually. I'll be taking even more and more time to work with people. So if you're interested, book a call now, man. I'll never have more time to work with you, and I will never be cheaper. I can guarantee you that. Book a call, my man. Savvy, whatever that silly last name is. Feel free to book a call. I'll talk to you about it. You can get all the info. You can value it then. I also like to hear about your trading. Make sure you're a good fit. I do say no to people if you're very, very new. If I just don't think I can genuinely help you for a number of reasons, I will, respectfully decline and say that I don't think it's a good program. That's why I do the 30-minute Zoom call. If you can imagine how many hours that I've dedicated to talking to people who don't move forward, it's for those reasons. I want to talk about your trading, to hear you out first, make a decision on whether or not, I think I can help you, we can work together, and then go from there. So feel free to book a call. It's on my site, realdealfutures.com. It's in Discord. You can click the link and book a call. Please do. Be happy to talk to you guys. You can roughly guess it's not a extremely cheap program. I know that's all relative, but it's not a signals group on Telegram where I'm sending signals out. It's working together one-on-one, journaling, reviewing every day, trading, spending upwards of 12 hours together. When you figure 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, plus 2 1-hour one-on-one sessions, plus an intro session. We're spending a lot of time together over the course of a month, live through Zoom. That's the deal. KBL1 says, Zach, good interview with Austin. Thank you, brother. I had a blast on that interview. If you hopped on late, I'm on the day trading show with Austin Silver. Grateful to have that experience. It was awesome. It's live on YouTube. Dropped this Monday. You can check that out. It was a fun one. Really, really, really cool. And again, check out Austin's stuff. If you like what I do, feel free to check his stuff out, man. Solid guy. Again, grateful for all the opportunities. I have him to thank for most of the big stuff that I've been able to work on and appear on. So I really appreciate that. But he's got a solid group of guys, coaches. He's on Top Step every Tuesday. Was actually shouting me out on there. They were all saying bullish on Zach, long Zach. That was fun to hear. But just a great dude. Really rare to find somebody who's a straight shooter and speaks their mind, but also looks to build everybody else up, right? Like a lot of other guys would say, oh no, he's competition. I'm not going to talk about another trader. Maybe you talk down on other people or you got something negative to say. Not that dude. His whole platform is based around building everybody else up. So it's awesome. Appreciate that. Hell yeah, Jose says. Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to get another trade here, guys. This was kind of my morning, unfortunately. I'm getting a replay of it in the afternoon here, which I'm not enjoying. Let's go through the morning and how I, look to trade this today and how maybe I would have made some improvements on another day. This was our 8:30 news candle, right? Unemployment news. I think unemployment, red folder USD. Bullish coming into the open. We kind of chopped around here for a little bit. Pulled back down, not all the way to VWAP, but kind of down close to this candle. I didn't love how we had this wide open area. Didn't love how we were not pulling all the way back down to VWAP before pushing back up. It kept me out of this first trade here. A breakout to the upside, or even a break and close right here with a stop loss really, really tight. This was a tough one to manage from a risk perspective, right? That's super wide if you were going to go with a stop loss, at the low, just at the low, not really below. So I didn't get this. And then slow grind up, painfully watching the market, anticipating where we might get an opportunity to long. I tried over here somewhere twice, fails. I look to get short. Right. Again, I'll journal these for you guys. I think I looked to get short here. I tried it long, I think twice over here. That failed. And then a third one to bring me all the way to like 950 on the day, negative 950 on the day. So fairly red today. Just coming off, this one looked like it was dying down, looked like we were going to see rotation, maybe back down to pre-market high, back through this, didn't wait for a break below, was taking it as it was approaching, and you can see how that played out. Bunch of chop, back and forth. If I had continued even more, there would have been even more losses because this is the stuff that just chops me up, right? At very best, I'm waiting for breaks, looking for breakouts, movements, continuation of bullish structure, and we got stuff coming down below lows all the way back down to VWAPs. This is tough, this type of choppy consolidation. So tough morning for me, and what I'm looking at here is kind of the same, right? Bullish structure overall. Tried my long multiple times. Didn't pay. It's okay. Very, very low risk. Do I want to now come back in on the short side, targeting and move back down? Tried that today, and it did not play nice with me. Again, I like to trade with structure that's forming. This would be, with the low time frame structure, right? We're breaking down below lows, pulling back up, continuing lower. This looks good for shorts. It is counter to this really, bullish structure overall, right? We're above session VWAP, low of day anchored VWAP. This is now the new high of day VWAP up here. We're probably approaching the low of the move if we had an anchored VWAP coming off of this. But, I don't know that I want to take it short from up here. That's just my, my style. My approach is not as soon as we break the first low, I want to get short. If I see it early in the morning like this, I get a little bit more reasonings behind that. We didn't come back to test pre-market high at all, really, once we broke above. You could say this is a break and retest here on 1 minute. I felt very likely that we could come back down once we started to fail and chop around up here. Just didn't play, did not play nice with me. So that's where I'm at. I'm going to watch this. We have a zone over here that I would look at for a break and retest, right? If we were getting much more zoomed out, you might say, hey, this is a break and retest area that I want to come off of. What in the world? Something like that. That high, maybe some of these closes. You say, okay, bullish structure, right? Why am I looking for a short into this zone? I'm going to look for longs. So, I'm aware of that type of stuff, even if I'm not marking out my chart. But, yeah, that's where I'm at with this one. I think it's just going to end up being a little bit of that red day for me. It happens. It's been pretty damn green coming into this month. This week's been pretty back and forth. I'm going to say overall across all combines, I'd have to look at the actual journal, but probably down a few $100. Yesterday was a nice green day, 11 something. Day before was like -7. Last week caught some of those big moves on the shorts. I do well with the extension. As you can see, I like to hold my trades. When price continues to run, I try to capitalize on that. So had some combine pass, max profit, $1,400 days in combines, the 50K combines. So that's a part of it, man. If you're sizing up and you're going to push it, you'll have big days, but you will have, decent size losing days. That's part of the sad reality. But if you're coming out green, you're doing okay. So again, that was 2 trades for me. I'm going to wait to see. I'd really like to see something set up. There is something as far as a short coming down on this, but I just don't have it in me yet. And I don't know that I will. You got to join the channel, Jose says. Shorts, Disciplined Trader says. Yeah, it's never too late to short America, Stuart says. Yeah. We were doing some chat trades. Should we do one now? It's kind of volatile with the 1 micro even. I was doing I couldn't find a setup. We're bored. No trade for the entire day. I'll put a poll in the chat and we'll decide long or short. And we'll go 1 micro and a really wide stop and let it play out. The chat's 0 for 2 and 1 break even on that. So I don't know, guys. We gotta work on that. Yeah, never too late to join shorts. Yeah, that's okay. I explained my thought on this whole thing, right now where we're at for the day. From here, I think we can go either way. I really do. I think this can be just the kind of slowing down, pullback. We're going to come back up. Liquidity builds up here, and, we come and tap prior day high. I think we can also just really easily rotate back down into the zone. Gun to my head. If I have to take a trade right now, right here, I'm going short. Back down towards this area of consolidation at the very least. That's my thought. Stop loss either way above all the highs of the day or somewhere up here. Anyone who hasn't joined yet, well, it's all fun and respectable, all good vibes, well-behaved traders, from new to some experienced. Yes, thank you, Jose. Thank you, my man. Disciplined Trader got short at 53.43. It's back up at your break-even point. Did you get out? Amy Dragonfly. Higher time frame seems bearish to not clear prior to high. Yeah. What VWAPs do you use? Do you trade specific combines for NYSE session or use different ones? Just different ones, man. I bounce around. If I run something into the ground, I'm going to like to come on here with a fresh combine. Right now, roughly, I wouldn't like to go more than DLL on 2 combines in one day. If I gave myself an entire DLL on the morning session and an entire DLL on the afternoon session, I think that would be a lot. If I, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, and what I do. So, but yeah, I don't have I'm going to only trade this way in this combine or only trade this way in this combine. I just rotate between them. As you can see, this one is in profit, by a pretty good amount. The one from this morning was right back at break even, now down, near that $1,000 down mark. I'll just bounce between them. I like to have, a fully loaded ammunition here to jump on with you guys in trades. So I don't want to jump on with something that's, maybe $500 or $800 in drawdown. So what VWAPs do we use? And yes, Amy, to answer that question, again, higher time frame. If we jump out to the 30-minute even, just to start to see, I see us approaching this area. Figured we could tap it. That's probably all we were going to get. That's that might be the move right there. This is, kind of choppy for me, consolidating, right? If we go way out, talking 4 hour, we know what's happened in the U.S. indices, right? Long America pushing up to the moon, all-time highs. We come all the way up. We put these all-time highs in. Here's my very simple, quick analysis. Start to sell off, right? This looks like nice, healthy pullbacks and then continuations to the upside. Maybe something like we saw here, something like we saw here. Once we did this move, that's danger zone, right? Big, huge bearish candles on the high time frames, selling off, breaking through these 2 lows that we put in that looked pretty strong below this area. And now we're really coming off. We came down here to the area that we're in now, put this low in, started to push back up, right? Nice little bullish trend here, Sold all the way back off. Didn't quite crack the low. Back down here. Now we're back up. This area, I want to see what happens. Do we start to crack above this? And maybe we are going to continue this move higher. We got higher prices in store. Maybe we're going to come up here to these lows, check this next level out. Do we just chop back around in this area like we've been doing? I think, or do we come all the way down and break out? You know, all equally likely. I don't like to speculate on the higher time frames if I'm going to trade the 1 minute. I like to understand where we are. I like right now, we're at the top end of this area of consolidation. That's how I would classify this. Overall, if we start to zoom out, we have been coming off all-time highs. And then if we zoom out even higher than that, we know that U.S. market goes up, long America, right? So I don't like to marry a bias. I don't like to carry a really strong bias into my trading day. I say that almost every morning. I don't find it helpful. In most cases, it hurts me more than it helps me. But I like to be aware, right? This is coming up to the top end of this area. So that's where we're at, guys. And VWAPs. This is session VWAP. If you guys don't know, a VWAP is volume weighted average price. This is found in the indicators tab in TradingView or TopstepX here. Standard settings, it's colored white. This stuff that I have on my chart here is an anchored VWAP. So I'll get rid of it and we'll draw it again. An anchored VWAP, similar way that it's calculated, it's just anchored to a specific point in time. Projections tab, anchored VWAP right here, volume based. Off the low of the day, boom, that's what it looks like. How exactly I'll use session VWAP and anchored VWAP, kind of interchangeably. I like to see them for direction, right? Just like another level. Are we above VWAP by a lot? We're staying above VWAP all day. Maybe it's telling me buyers in control. It can be used as kind of a dynamic support and resistance, like an area of interest if it comes down to it. A lot of times you see it bounce. Maybe it's helpful for structuring your trades. Same thing with anchored VWAPs. I like them off of low of days and high of days. Again, can help with direction, who's in control. Maybe on another day I'm saying, hey, I'm waiting until we break this low of day VWAP and get some confirmed movement below it before I get short to tell me sellers are in control. Otherwise, I should be looking for buys. Another fun one to do is, if you're needing help, I find getting into trades long as price is pushing up. Every time, we create a new high, you start to throw an anchored VWAP off of that high. You want to wait for some kind of a pullback. You don't want to throw it on every individual candle. And that can show you, okay, it's broken again. Maybe you get a decent entry signal with that. Most of the time, what I've seen on ES, it's a pretty solid move to pull. As price is pushing up, throw an anchored VWAP off of that high of day. When price breaks it, you got a pretty good indication buyers are back in control and we're going to move higher. Structure your trade based on, however you usually structure your trade. That's how I use them. Are they necessary or, no? I do like just regular raw price action and market structure. I think that's really key to learn if you're going to, have some longevity in this game. Price and market structure, right? All the stuff that we're using is based off of that. So you really want to focus on that. You don't want to cloud your chart up too much. So that's what we got. Any other trading questions, guys? Feel free, ask away. While we're watching price start to come off, man, it feels short, right? It feels like shorts. But, what do we do on this? Like what do we do on this one, chat? Like that? Maybe if you're going to sit in it and try to hold it way, way, way down here, can run something like that. Can run something like that. Trade ideas to look short. For me, again, this is the bias, right? Like, this is where we're at for the session. Price is going up. If I showed you this chart and I said, which way is price going? If you said down, we're trending down, we got to have a conversation. Book a 30-minute call, and I'll give you 30 minutes of my time just to show you that the price is not moving down. So, but it's all subjective. It's up to your own interpretation. So I say that, half jokingly, but that's the struggle for me to start just selling the top. You can see tilt, everybody piling into shorts. They're looking for this to be the end of the move. It is up near this resistance area. If you ran a wide stop and started to scale into the downside, it's not a bad play. It's not a bad play. But it's not really super strong right yet. It's not strong to show me sellers are into the downside. They're piling in, time to get short. We got liquidity on the book that's getting absorbed. We don't really have that, So while I would really like another trade, I'd love to make this a nice, beautiful green session. I don't know that I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna wait to see a little bit longer, going on close to that hour and a half mark, but I'm gonna give it a little bit longer, see if anything else sparks the interest. But if you guys have trading questions, feel free, ask in the chat. I'm happy to yap about whatever might go into profitable trading for you. If you're new, again, hop in the free Discord. I run a free trading Discord, not a VIP feeder program, Telegram, where I'm just showing you my green P&L. Everything is in there, really everything. Only thing I charge for is working with guys one-on-one. That is my deal. Here live trading on YouTube almost every day, straight from TopstepX, showing you what real trading looks like, at least to me. Wins, losses, everything in between. That is how that's how it's done, man. That's it. Just a guess, liquidity run to prior day high, then pulling back until close. Yeah, very possible, man. That's a fair speculation, Stuart, right? Everybody getting short, right? This was up near like 68%. This is tilt on Top Step, shows you the amount of traders long versus short. It can be interesting to watch. I don't use it for trading decisions, but fun to watch. Stuart's saying maybe we get something like that, crack above these highs, take everybody out, and then continue lower. Sure. Very, very possible. This looked like we're going to do that before continuing up, but that has since failed. This is looking weak, just slow moving, like we've had a lot of today, just kind of choppy, slow moving. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, guys, the only thing that I'm sitting here watching for, as I say how hard it would be to start to go short, is if we start to come off really hard, right? If we start to push down with some serious momentum, I would look to jump into a short. I think if that happens, if we fail to go higher multiple times, we go another 30, go 30 minutes from the highs, just starting to come off. We come below lows. We got options to push higher. We don't do that. Then we start to come off again hard to the downside. I like that all the way back down towards here. Again, counter to this, and a move that failed on me earlier. But I that's my trading setup, really. I don't see another long for me here. Don't have a great way to structure risk on a long. Not going to take something as we come down. Just trying to catch the falling knife. That was those were my trades. Worked out okay. That was the top, Sometimes you don't take your profit before then. That's it. Thanks for being on. Love the channel and sharing your insight. 100%, dude. 100%. Happy that you guys are here, man. Thank you guys. I appreciate you all for being here. All 40 some odd people that we have, 187 that hopped on and off. Thank you guys, man. Would be pretty damn boring staring at my screen here by myself, talking to myself like this. So thank you for being here. Thanks for asking questions. These are unstructured, right? I hop on, I start trading, I review. Maybe we get trades, maybe we don't. Answer questions, and I really like this format. I like live trading. And really just the live, conversation environment. I think it's better for me and for most guys than a structured video that's scripted. And I don't know what you guys need help with. Lorenzo wanted to know what VWAPs I use, so I get to answer that question. That's direct to your needs right there. So. Coming into 3 o'clock. Again, guys, I'm going to give this a few more. We'll see if anything else sets up, but I'm not too optimistic about it. Nothing crazy on Bookmap. Not until we get all the way down to that level that we talked about way down here. 215. Excuse me. What did we say it was? Yeah, 215. Do I have it on? Way, way down here. Huge level of liquidity. Had to zoom super far out in Bookmap to see that. $3 Do we see some volatility in the next 5 seconds here? Let's see. Maybe we get some data coming over from the stock market that starts to impact these U.S. indices. 350 is a big one. Typically see a large amount of volume and volatility come into the market there. Sorry, scrolling out. I don't know if you guys know, when you switch between time frames on TopstepX, the VWAP gets jacked up. So you got to scroll back out to wherever it starts. Again, I said really the only play I have right here is a short breaking structure to the downside. We got some structure formed, bearish, stop above a high, looking to target the next area that we might find some support. We got a pretty nice run down towards just pre-market high, 15-minute opening range, even towards this low of day VWAP. I just don't know that I want to be short up here. Don't think that I do. So I'm going to wait a little bit longer, guys. We'll see. Thanks for the info. I took a short on a few micros at 53.50 with a stop above yesterday's high. Took profit at 10 points. Very nice, dude. 53.50. You were selling up here, man. Nice. Maybe like right here as it started to break down. I'm guessing that would be the entry right as soon as it started to break down from here. It's aggressive, man. I think trading that way, you end up with a really low win rate, but you can end up with a really high risk to reward, right? You're taking these cheap trades. Cheap meaning you don't have to put a lot of money on the line, a lot of risk to know whether or not it's going to work out, right? Your stop loss just above the highs of days. Maybe you got in right there, 53.50, he said. You pull something like that. Great. One of those or even one of those. Very nice. For me, what I see is there's a lot of repetitive losses on these, right? Like all day on an uptrend, you're going to be looking to short the move down and you get eaten up a lot. So again, I think you end up with a higher risk to reward, lower win rate on a setup like that. That's just me. Chris on the retest. Okay. Nice. Little break and retest setup, right? Broke down here. I like that more. If you're selling into buying pressure coming up, again, still a little bit dicey, but that's subjective to me anyway. Saying that, we're selling into buying pressure when overall this is selling pressure coming in. So I like that, man. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, again, guys, I kind of like this short, but I don't think I want to put the money on the line for this one. I could see it breaking. If it does break, I don't know why we would just stop right here and turn. We had opportunity to do that plenty of times. Whatever data, a little bit just came in at 3 o'clock, did bring it lower, back down to this low. It looks like we're going to break lows again. Like I talked about, we do have a little bit of a zone here that could be seen as resistance flipped to support. Just an area of interest. If I had even something clearer on Bookmap or another level, maybe I'm taking something. But yeah, gun to my head, I'm going short with a stop loss somewhere way up here. Target's down here. Stop loss to break even once we start to move down. If we start to move down, and that's the play. But I could see this still going back up. So don't have a clear trade. Don't have a clear setup. That means don't hit the buy or sell button. Again, pressed it a little bit heavy this morning. once I start to take losses like that and start to identify the markets maybe just not agreeing with me too much, foot off the gas is kind of the move. So do I want to come on here after a, near DLL on the morning and then DLL again? Probably not. If there's a great opportunity and it has to happen, fine. We'll take it. But I would try to avoid that. There's the break, man. Shorts the play. That looks like it. DOL at triple EQL around 53.07. Yeah, I don't know what all those abbreviations are, but I think we're looking at like equal lows, triple equal lows down here. I could see that. Could definitely see that. But nice. Nice. Giving us the break and retest. Yeah, guys, I don't think I'm going to do it. Don't think I have it. Not a clear setup, not a clear entry, right? When I'm getting long over here and I'm pushing it pretty hard, right? Like I entered pretty quickly back in and managing the trade. I got some conviction. I got some reasons to hold to a certain level. Counter to the day, I don't know that I have that. Again, could totally see the rotation back in, right? We just stopped this push up here. We got an hour left in the market and we just start to fall off. Again, if I had to do something, buy or sell button, I'm pressing the sell button, but I don't have to. At least not right now. So yeah, guys, 306. I think I'm going to call it right here. Any last questions, feel free to ask or hop in the free Discord, man. Not a VIP feeder program. I'm not going to ask you for money. Free Discord. I run a paid one-on-one program where I do real one-on-one coaching where we talk face-to-face like this through Zoom with live trading every morning. If you guys are interested, feel free. Hit me up in Discord. I got a ton of people on the calendar. I'd be more than happy to talk to you. Don't sleep on it if you're interested in working with me. I've spoken to some great people today, some great people yesterday, all week. Thank you guys for making the time to speak to me. If you're interested, please book the free call. Outside of that, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing you see here or anywhere else that I put out is financial advice. I'm just an idiot on YouTube talking about my trading. Not a suggestion or recommendation to do anything. Make sure you read the full disclaimer on my site or in the description of this video. Make sure you also read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what we're doing here in prop firm accounts. I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in Discord. I'll see you here tomorrow, 1:30 p.m., same time, same place. Trading live. Be easy, guys.